going on, truck stoppers? Truck stop Josh checking in. Hope y'all having a blessed day. All right, I'm gonna be doing my second video. My second video is gonna be about building your book of business. Whatever business venture you decide to explore, I want to say you gotta make sure that you have a book of business. Basically with clients that are, I don't want to say committed to you, but clients that like working with you, something that's going to bring profit to your organization. So we're talking about dispatch today. So building your book of business in a dispatching company, I would say the first step is going to be learning the language. Okay, what I mean by learning the language is you want to know the different types of trucks, you want to know the equipment, you want to know the typical weights, what type of trucks can carry, you want to know the length, you want to know all of the words that the truckers use, like DOT number, MC number. We're going to get into that in the future. But like I said, you got to learn their language. And the only way that I could see a person learning is by studying. So I would advise you to go do your research on what type of trucks are being driven so you can know what type of equipment you're going to be dispatching as far as straight box trucks or dry vans or reefers. Like, you want to know exactly what a driver is talking about when he says a lane or a leg, what lane or leg he wants to drive. You want to know the districts, the Southeastern, he likes to drive on the West Coast. Like, you want to know everything that the truckers know, even though that you're not driving the truck personally, but you want to be able to relate to them and answer the questions and have a conversation where you understand what they're saying. Because as I've learned, truckers have their own language. It's a lot of different things you're going to have to learn to be a dispatcher. It's a lot of different things you're going to have to learn about the trucks. Like, for example, the reefer is a refrigerated truck. So that is the type of truck that's going to be moving foods and things of that nature. The dry vans, they basically move pallets of equipment and other type of equipment. So you want to know the difference between those two, as well as a lot of other things that you're going to have to learn throughout the process. So I advise you to do a lot of studying. You can't be successful in a field that you don't know anything about. So studying is really the most important part for building your book of business, because people are not going to want to work with you if you don't know what you're talking about or what they're talking about. The second step I'm going to say is choosing the path that you want to use to promote your business, to advertise what you're doing. It's a lot of different ways. Social media is definitely a big platform. Footwork, you could go to different warehouses where they're shipping and receiving equipment and go meet with them face to face, as well as cold calling. Cold calling has been the thing that's been most successful for me. I mean, the internet might be more successful to you, or doing walk-ins. I've tried those other options, but for me, it's been the cold calling. You got to know how to talk to the people, and that's where number one comes into play. You got to know how to speak their language. You got to know what you're talking about. So the third step that I would say is being dependable. You got to be dependable. You got to follow through with your deals and your promises. If you tell a driver that you're going to be able to book a load for them on this day, then you need to have a load for that day for that driver. You got to be dependable. That's a main priority with building your book of business, because if these drivers are on the road all the time, they're away from home, it's kind of hard out there, during this pandemic. So they don't want to be out here wasting time. So you got to be dependable. If a driver knows that you're dependable, he'll be more willing to work with you, and he'll be contacting you, asking you, hey, I'm stuck in this place and I'm looking for a load to bring back near home. And if you could book that load for him, then you built a rapport, you built a relationship, and you building trust. He can now trust you to come through on what you said that you were going to be able to do. And I wanted to add one more thing. As far as the cold calling goes, if you do choose cold calling as the path that you want to take to promote and advertise your business, to try to recruit clients, I suggest that you get the DAT load board, because on the DAT load board, you can go to a directory and it brings up all of the shippers and carriers in a specific area. So you can go to the directory on the DAT load board and say you want to look for carriers and owner operators in Tallahassee, Florida, and then it's gonna give you a radius of how far you want to look. You can max the radius out because it really doesn't matter where they are. And then it's gonna bring you a list of all of the carriers, shippers, owner operators in that area. And that way you can start cold calling and start recruiting customers. The next step that I want to get into is being better than the competition. Okay, that's a big issue when it comes to building your book of business. You want to be able to have competitive rates. You want to be able to have better paying loads. You're going to want to be able to have the drivers going in the directions and the places that they want to go. That's really important to these drivers. A lot of them don't like to be far away from home, but they will go far away from home. And if you tell them that, hey, I know you're going to Arkansas, maybe they stay in Florida. You know, I know you're driving this load to Arkansas today, but tomorrow I got you bringing the load back from Arkansas, coming back to Florida. You know, and then they're going to be more interested in the loads you have because, all right, I'm going to make this money going to Arkansas, but I'm making money coming back home as well. And I can have a day of rest. I can see my family or whatever the case may be. So that's important as well when building your book of business. And another step to building your book of business would be referrals. If you do all of these things that I'm stating and you have the driver's respect, you have a rapport with them, you build a relationship with them, I'm pretty sure he has other friends that are drivers that may need dispatching or works for a company that may need more dispatching for more trucks that they're about to get. Then he could recommend you, you know, because he knows that you know how to do your job well. And you could give him a benefit like, hey, I'm gonna give you $50, $100 every time you refer me to somebody and they sign my dispatch agreement. So, yep, those are all of the steps that I want to bring to you guys for building your book of business. I hope that you're all successful. Stay tuned because I got more content coming soon. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or want to give me a video that I should do to help you in your business, let me know in the comments below, and I help as much as I can. Thank you.